Gang, gang. We hit strap like 5 or 6 handguns. Block the skull on the ops like an animal. Trap the iPhone on 4 with the Samsung. Nigga run up in this bitch, I'm a blammer. Pull up and serve and you know I gotta go. Bro, man, at me cause he found out I fucked this whole bitch. Located on lit in the studio.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Confident, and today I'm coming back with a video of King Von Friends Become Enemies. This dropped like I think it said 4 days ago, 4 or 3 days ago, and they hit like a mil, so it's gotta be interesting. You feel me? I know it involves with something with Quando Rondo and NBA and all of that. I kind of just woke up, so I ain't gonna be doing all that. Let's get into it. I ain't gonna do all that, bro. But yeah, this is crazy though. Rest in peace, Von. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I mess with NBA, so I'm a big NBA fan, but I ain't biased or none of that. You feel me? I'm out. How most YB fans, they be D-riding, bro. All that D-riding y'all be doing, bro, y'all gonna get pregnant, bro. Just chill, bro. But other than that, bro, like, comment, subscribe. We gonna get straight into it, bro. Let's go.
People told me you and Young Boy was beefing or something like that.
I know they be saying that a lot.
What happened?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same issues and holes and there. You know how the internet will try to make it, but it ain't nothing sincere, nothing that you should worry about.
5 people were shot overnight in downtown Atlanta. 2 of them died, and now investigators are working to figure out what led up to the violence.
Just keep breathing, cuz.
I'ma speak on anything. I don't like that his homeboy was shot and he on live. You feel me? Doing all that, bro. That's a serious situation, bro. I'm not gonna get on no phone and record that, bro.
Went wrong that night. Vaughn was shot in the parking lot of the Monaco Hookah Lounge, right in the center of downtown Atlanta, after this huge brawl with Quando Rondo's crew and a couple of undercover police. Everything was captured on surveillance cameras with multiple angles, and I've seen so many rumors and fake stories circulating. The stuff about Dirk buying all the tickets to Quando Rondo's next show, news sites posting Snapchats from a fake Quando Rondo account calling King Von Queen Von. That's all fake. We don't have to invent stories. Reality is already crazy. People don't even know. There was almost a second shootout the night Von was killed. After the chaos in the parking lot at the hookah spot, both crews rushed to the hospital and went to the same one. That's why Quando Rondo went immediately to Instagram Live when he got to the entrance at the Grady Memorial Hospital.
Just keep breathing, cuz. Come on.
And while they moved Von's body on the highway 8 miles from the hospital to the morgue, Atlanta police were in the very same hospital charging Quando Rondo's boy Little Tim for the murder of King Von. Now, not only is Lil Tim fighting this felony murder case, but something people don't know is he's already fighting a conspiracy case in Georgia. After this year-long investigation took down a trap house in Savannah, confiscating 15 pounds of kush, $16,000 cash, and a bunch of guns. And if you're online even a little bit, you've seen the rumors circulating that NBA Youngboy is responsible for Von's death. We saw close NBA Youngboy affiliates going immediately to IG Live as soon as it happened.
I just want to pause that right now. We gonna see how this adds up. I feel like I'm gonna be amazed by some of the news. You feel me? Cause I don't recently watch videos, not say something similar to this, but I guess they try to say how they broke out and that they're against each other and all of this. Most of them want to say it's over a female. I can kind of believe that because both of them kind of, you already know they don't play by their girl. So it's just, we gonna see.
Laughing at Von being killed.
The jokes I give you, this now you getting wrapped down. Yeah.
Say that's that Von pick. When I seen y'all pop, all I could do was laugh. All I could do was laugh.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, check out my song of the day. This is my guy, Young Po. Let's.
Sorry, my guy.
Research shows that nostalgia can help you remember ads, so customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
These double ads being too comfortable, bro. For real.
Let's go.
I gotta have it all.
He's never a headliner. This is the most attention Quando Rondo's ever gotten in his career. He was never a headliner. He's not a huge artist, but now he's in the position.
I feel like he playing with my boy a little bit. Like he ain't just have a name at all. He had a name, but you feel me, his career kind of died down. But you feel me, after this, of course it's gonna go up, bro. Not saying he did it, but you feel me? Just, I don't know. King Von's a big name, you feel me? He was in his prime, bro. So of course his name gonna ring bells, especially if you're involved with it.
Where he's playing up the role of the bad guy, dropping that song, addressing the King Von situation, shooting that video, dressed up as the guy who killed him, Little Tim. He's been wearing bulletproof vests everywhere, getting all his shows canceled, and what makes the situation worse, at one point, King Von and Quando were cool with each other.
63rd nigga, some dirty ass going on.
It was cool.
That's a video from a year ago of the two of them before a show in Atlanta, cracking jokes and making fun of Von's ops together. But realistically, this relationship was not gonna last. And yes, NBA YoungBoy is involved.
YoungBoy.
Of course, that's NBA, man. Rondo was part of NBA, bro.
All us got
and they loyalty run deep, bro, throughout the whole game, bro.
Music shit, like, you feel me? This shit is way deeper than that.
The reason YoungBoy is mentioned in this is because he has ties with both Quando and Von. Quando was the first artist signed to YoungBoy's Never Broke Again label. They've been real close ever since, making music, doing shows. They even tag team jumped their own security together. And when YoungBoy was beefing with Kodak Black a couple years back, Quando showed his loyalty by going on IG Live and burning Kodak's merch.
Man, it's up.
A couple years ago.
Man, we ain't
wasn't that just last year?
He even went to New York and got into a brawl in Brooklyn with Kodak's artist Tutu G's. According to Tutu, Quando got slapped, people were throwing chairs, it was chaos. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, but the beef is still on to this day. And YoungBoy's got a huge list of these industry beefs with people he doesn't get along with. One tension that was slowly building behind the scenes was with him and a new artist out of Chicago named King Von.
Fuck YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro. You talking crazy on this thing.
I seen that video.
He ain't even like that. Oh! On his ass.
Bro, the back, bro, that's so funny to me, bro. He said, he knew he was tripping.
You got cap in your raps.
At this point, Von was just starting to get hot. He had Crazy Story 1 out, the buzz was slowly building. And in March of 2019, Von went on Instagram Live to say that YoungBoy was lying in his raps. YoungBoy fans were quick in the comments, spamming him to apologize or something was gonna happen to Von in 48 hours. Fast forward a couple months to December of 2019. Lil Reese, who's super close to Von, comes out and says he would never do a song with YoungBoy. After fans were asking him for a collab, we could see these lines being drawn real quick between O-Block and YoungBoy's crew 4KT.
Yo, they killing me with these ads, bro.
I don't think so.
You are a liar.
I thought we were playing a game.
Fast forward again, 4 months ago. These photos surface of Von holding hands with YoungBoy's ex-girl and baby mama, Jania. At the same time, Von was tweeting subliminals about posting some...
If someone's being in that photo, gotta give him that filter.
Other dude's girl doing stuff that would have him stop claiming his kids. It didn't take long for YoungBoy to match that energy and go out and do a song with King Von's ex-girl, Asian Doll. Both of them using each other's girls as props to get at one another. And the whole time, people like 600 Breezy from Chicago.
To be honest, he played the game smart, bro. Or not smart, or he played the game well. It's because, imagine just coming out of character just because he messed with your baby mama. You feel me? So it's just like, you feel me? I'm not going to just come at you. It's just, you feel me? Make a song with her. Supposedly, Jania said her and Von had a song coming out, but come on, bro. Jania, you don't do music, bro. Stop the cap, bro.
We're hyping Von up, saying stuff like, I love what you're doing, we know what you're doing, hashtag Rapper K. So he's saying rapper killer. Basically, he's cryptically talking about YoungBoy, who then responded indirectly but super directly at the same time by saying, I'm gonna make sure my son F's your daughter since you're trolling. Now this tension kept building and building behind the scenes. Von's even got subliminals about YoungBoy on this new album he dropped last month, Welcome to O-Block. On the song Mine 2, Von says outright that he's got beef in Louisiana and the other dude doesn't know it. He's rapping that gangster shit, now he's gotta show it. So when the news hit last month that Von got killed in a confrontation with YoungBoy's artist, theories started to circulate that it was YoungBoy who ordered the hit. 2 days after Vaughn was killed, a fan uploaded an old unreleased song from Youngboy and titled it like it was a King
Yo, they finessed.
On this called Let Them Shots Off. Now this was pure clickbait, but the video still managed to go to number 8 on trending on YouTube, and it's not about King Von at all. And I saw fans starting to go back into Youngboy's catalog, reading into his lyrics, looking for clues. One song in particular, they claim predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. The song is called Dead Trolls, and at one point in the song, Youngboy talks about planning to rob somebody in Atlanta. He talks about leaving his ops dead and mentions D Rose being away from the Chicago Bulls. You connect the lyrics, King Von was staying in Atlanta, he got killed in Atlanta. D Rose was a point guard for the Chicago Bulls, but in Chicago drill, D Rose was an infamous O-Block shooter who got 40 years for a murder. He's been shouted out on numerous tracks by Chief Keef, and even Von, who's got photos side by side with him. And this song Dead Trolls just happened to drop shortly after these photos surfaced of King Von holding hands with Jania, Youngboy's ex-girl. Now, before we get carried away, no, I don't think this song predicted Von's death 2 months before it happened. I don't think Youngboy cooked up some Louisiana voodoo to make that happen. In reality, the Atlanta line could be about anybody. Half the industry's in Atlanta, and Youngboy beefs with half the industry. Jada Youngin, Fredo Bang, their beefs are well documented. Both of them got tension with Youngboy, and both of them record in Atlanta. So, no, I don't buy it. Truth is, Von's manager says this incident was personal between Quando and Von.
This has nothing to do with Youngboy doing a song with A.
How would his manager know, bro? You don't know. You can't keep up with all this stuff going on, bro. I'm understanding that y'all close with each other, bro. But that is crazy, bro. How you feel me? How he put it. He just connected it for you. How Youngboy. I'm not saying he might not be involved, you know what I'm saying? But the way he connected it, bro, you never know, bro. Youngboy might seem like he kind of involved with it, bro. You feel me? He probably never meant to as it got shot, though. You know what I'm saying? Because look, Tim is not with NBA. I don't know it. But I know he's not with NBA.
Von being the person he is, and then he don't like all that sneak this, social media stuff.
And as those tensions escalated between both camps, word is Quando had been talking shit behind the scenes about Von for quite some time, to the point where Von said if he caught someone from that camp, he was putting hands on them. And this music industry's small, you're gonna run into people, especially in Atlanta. That's where all the good studios are, producers, label offices. Quando Rondo's from Georgia, Dirk and Von are both based out there too, so this was only a matter of time. Now, the Monaco Hookah Lounge is right in the center of downtown Atlanta. King Von's been to that spot before, it's a popular place, but it's also a red zone for shootouts. 3 people have been killed at this place in the last year alone. That's why there were undercovers patrolling the area that night and at the venue. Now the first reports that came out were confusing. The news said that undercover police had shot Von. We even saw dispatch calls from Chicago PD telling their officers that...
Bro, let me tell you about the day he got killed. It's so crazy that morning that I woke up, I swear I was just listening to one of the King Von songs with Polo G. I think they just dropped that song. And then I was looking at the news. It said a shooting had happened in downtown, but they didn't say no specific name. That's the crazy thing. The next thing you know, that's the thing. The same day I was getting ready to get my stuff together to leave to come to Houston. And as I'm scrolling through social media, you feel me? They say Von was shot. And then they, you know what I'm saying, ended up dead. And then it was like, when I seen it, it was like, in Atlanta, I was like, yo, that was him on the news. That's crazy. So it was like, yo, that just blew my mind, bro, because I never expected him to die.
Atlanta police had shot Von, and to move with caution around O-Block because emotions would be high.
Last night in Atlanta, police shot King Von and 2 of his people.
They tried to say the police killed Von. A video that was not what happened.
So if we have any jobs in Parkway, send 2 cars. Keep your eyes open, be wary. They're not happy with the police over there.
We later found out 3 separate crews were involved. Von's crew, Quando's crew, and the undercover police. Now, nobody knows what set Vaughn off, but Vaughn's manager says that night he wasn't himself. Vaughn was celebrating his album release at Opium nightclub a few hours earlier. He was supposed to go back to his Airbnb around 2:30 in the morning, but he suddenly decided to switch routes midway and go to this hookah spot on Trinity Avenue about 10 minutes away. Now, Vaughn cannot carry weapons himself. He's been fighting that case with Dirk in Atlanta for close to a year. They got strict guidelines to follow, but he knows his status. Usually Vaughn travels with 3 to 4 security, a bulletproof truck, and his guys from Chicago. But on this night, he left Club Opium by himself with one driver and one other car, leaving that fleet of security behind. When Vaughn got to the hookah spot, he waited for 30 minutes in the car, and his security finally got word of his new location change and immediately rushed over to get to him. The whole time, Quando Rondo just happened to be in the same parking lot at that same hookah spot, napping in his McLaren. I know coincidences can happen, but this one's pretty big. What are the chances that King Von randomly decided to change routes and go to a hookah spot where somebody that he doesn't like happens to be at? One of Von's friends spots Quando and goes back to tell Von, and on the CCTV camera we see Quando making his way over to this white SUV, scanning the area cautiously. Shortly after, you see Von leaping out of his own car, going looking for Quando. As soon as Von sees Quando, he starts throwing punches. Von is unarmed, but his crew is swarming Quando quickly. That's when Quando's bro Lil Tim hops out the white SUV, pulls a pistol out, and fires off 5 shots, hitting Von in the chest and thighs. Bullets also graze Von's manager, who is in the mix of it. All hell breaks loose. Von's bro Slutty, who was right next to Von when the brawl started, was the first person to return fire once Von gets shot, hitting Lil Tim in the leg once, but then his gun jams, so he can't finish the job. Now this actually saves Lil Tim's life. Him getting shot in the leg drops him to the ground, making him a non-threat to the undercover police who were creeping around back in the adjacent parking lot. With Lil Tim on the ground and Slutty standing over him with a jammed up Glock, Slutty turns and runs into the adjacent parking lot towards the undercovers, who start ringing off shots and hit both Slutty and another O-Block guy named Louis in the head, killing Slutty on the spot and leaving Louis in critical condition. This whole time, Quando is still tangled up with King Von, who's just been shot a bunch of times and has paralysis in the bottom half of his body. According to Von's manager, Quando was
Von would have been paralyzed if he was still alive.
On camera, it looks like he leans in and holds close to Von, either trying to help him or take his chain. It's hard to say which. But eventually, Von's brother Muop runs over and knocks Quando in the head, separating him from Von, where they can now pick him up and escape in the getaway vehicle. Unfortunately, even though the hospital was just 10 minutes away, doctors could not save his life. And now, we're left in the aftermath.
Yes, sir, man. Recipe King Von, man.
You're talking about 2 cliques with huge influence, money, and power. The very next day, we saw 600 Breezy hitting the freeway at 150 miles an hour, leaving Chicago to go to Baton Rouge as a declaration of war with NBA YoungBoy's crew 4KT.
We smoke it if you really high. We condone the
That's how it is, though.
All you hear is siren.
I'll say that's how it is, though. You feel me? Of course, they gonna try to go after the whole NBA, because Quando, that's who you hang with. So it's like, if you beef with one nigga, you beef with the whole gang. So that's how it is, bro.
Breezy is also openly talking about revenge on socials, leaving kissy emojis underneath Von's killer's IG page. Several days after everything happened, Von's childhood bro, Mimo600, went to Savannah, Georgia to film a music video in Quando Rondo's neighborhood. I think he filmed it in the housing complex close by. Regardless, point is, nobody's squashing nothing. And while Mimo was out there in Quando's neighborhood, this girl DMs him saying they should link up while he's there. After doing some research on the girl, Mimo finds her in a Quando Rondo music video just last year. It was a setup, a backdoor attempt in Quando's home city. And you've heard that theory, the enemy of your enemy is
what?
Attempt.
Oh, bitch, you tried to backdoor me? F my ass off, yes sir. Some of these girls need to realize, bruh, like, I'm real, bruh. Don't say no yes sir, bro. You basically snitching on yourself. Cause what if you would have got killed? You know what I'm saying? Pull up them records real quick, bro. But you ain't have to say no. You could have just read it Or you could have been like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Tripping.
In Quando's home city. And you've heard that theory, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. That's playing out
now you got
in real time.
up.
But it's not just the industry that's affected by Von's death. We can look at the city of Chicago too. This has been the most violent year in Chicago since 2016. And just like when FBG Duck died, one side was laughing. Well, now it's the other side's turn. As these memes of Von packs are being shared all over the internet, diss songs being made, and people close to Duck just showing Von no signs of sympathy. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. Rest in peace to Von. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Man, that was good right there, you guys. That's just crazy, bro. Maybe one day they'll get over it, but you know what I'm saying, the bloodshed, bro, it's just too much blood, bro. But you know what I'm saying? It just, you never know. Later in the future, you never know. Niggas might squash it, bro. Might shake hands and go on they ain't gotta be cool, but they, you feel me, they can squash it and just go on about their business, bro. But other than that, bro, but if it's bloodshed, that's a different story, bro. It's gonna be deeper than what it is. But that was good, bro. Hopefully y'all learned something off this. I learned something off this, bro. Stay blessed, stay confident, bro. Stay up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep coming back with videos, man. Comment on videos you want me to watch, bro. And just, I don't know, just stay up. But like, comment, subscribe, stay confident, and stay blessed. Peace.
Got the minutes, really stay with it, glizzy, ain't never scared. You a dime my city, you gotta show me that you really with it. I'll cook a nigga like a fucking skillet. Smoking